I'm registered dietitian Abby Sharp, and on my new podcast, Bite Back with Abby Sharp, I'll be dismantling the multi-billion-dollar diet industry that keeps us in a cycle of self-loathing and food fear. Join me every Tuesday for expert interviews, engaging conversations, and my signature science and sass to bust myths, correct misinformation, and help you break free from diet culture for good. Listen for free on the Seeker app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
I'm canceling Two Dat Tuesday for today because it was Grey Cup Sunday.
Yes.
So there's no Two Dat Tuesday today.
You can just cancel it?
Well, it's my thing. I can cancel it.
You have to release a public
No,
like an advisory.
I am right now.
Right now, it's Joe's
What do
advisory.
you think this is? I'm not just telling you and Phil. There's other people listening to the show, you know.
These mics on, the lights.
Okay, so this is our public warning that it
Just
is
today.
There's no Tudat today.
Unless, there's the caveat of, unless it's not Winnipeg Blue Bombers related.
But I mean, who on earth didn't have a bomber-themed photo on Sunday? There's not going to be a lot of that going on. Actually, that's a good way to put it. If you have a photo or something other than like non-bomber related.
Yeah, I just have to keep it open.
You know, I think I took a selfie before I put the bomber gear on, so I can post that.
No.
What do you mean it's not? It's not bomber related.
But you just putting on a selfie, there was no event. Two Dats about what you did on Wednesday. Not sat on your ass and took a picture before you changed.
Walk to the bathroom.
Hold on. Here's a picture of me before I went to a Grey Cup party. That's not Two Dat.
That's every day. That's hashtag everyday Kirby.
Well, then I can't participate in Tudat anymore.
No, I apologize. I'm not trying to be harsh, but just taking a picture. Look, hot dog guy. What has he got for us on Two Dat Tuesday? He took a picture.
He's got a photo.
He took his dog for a car ride. That's a good one.
That's
oh my
great.
gosh, that's adorable.
And that, you know what? This serves two purposes. It's still like, I know the game was a couple days ago now, but we still need to get our minds off it. So this is nice. This could work really well. Your non-bomber related photos from Sunday, Tudat, hashtag Tudat.
Yeah.
But not a selfie.
Well, no, because you're not doing anything, just taking a picture of yourself. The Two Dat, the whole idea was, he bought a dog for his daughter is what hot dog guy did. That's a beauty.
That's
a great
amazing.
surprise. See,
The bar is high for Tudat.
Well, if you're just going to sit there and tell me you took a picture of yourself before you switched your bomber gear, the bar is set high. Of course it is. That's just an everyday thing.
Oh, Darren. Okay, Darren. With a Labatt Blue. Old school, Darren.
Oh, yeah, that's old school.
And a taco dip. Oh, but Darren.
Nachos. Yummy.
My only concern, Darren, this looks like you're getting ready to watch a football game.
Maybe.
So,
could have been NFL, though.
Yeah,
It's
true.
It's still triggering, is what it is, Darren.
Nothing bombers in the photo, though.
But it still makes you think about watching football.
Right.
Maybe he was watching NFL.
That makes me hungry.
I think I just said that. You're on delay now, too. I just said it.
Joe,
30
get
seconds.
off my back this
You know what?
morning.
Get off your back.
You're on
You're a
delay.
pain in my ass. Put your picture up. Put your picture up for Two Dat.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast. Pissed off? Well, then get the off Twitter and call the bone phone.
Don't make me look up from my phone.
780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
Welsh Dragon, the anniversary of Canada Life Center came up the other day.
Hi guys, it's the Welsh Dragon calling. You were talking about the arena and the anniversary, and that's kind of cool. I remember when it first opened up and all the wrestling that came out of there into the, going to Toronto, going to Minneapolis.
So lots of good wrestling events at Canada Life Center over the years. Basically what Welsh Dragon's saying.
Yeah, there was a lot of great events. I know we had it posted on our Facebook page because the game tonight, they will celebrate that. Kirby will be there. That's something we're celebrating tonight, too, because you're going for a friend's birthday, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, I mean, if you think back to what your favorite moment was over the last 20 years, a lot of concerts were coming up.
Pearl Jam. They hadn't been in a long time.
Yeah.
They hadn't been since Sunfest. And they came, I want to say, in the first couple of years, Canada Life Center opened. It was unreal.
I'll be honest, I would have had probably the Foo Fighters on my list, but that show got canceled. But remember, it sold out in seconds, and they never did reschedule, unfortunately.
When they do come back to Winnipeg, that's going to be massive. Okay, because there was so much Bomber talk yesterday, there was a couple of calls that we didn't get to about the Tyson Jake Paul fight, including this one from Guilty.
That prediction with Mike Tyson, I didn't know it was going to be the best fight of the night was going to be those two tough ladies. Iron Mike, you got to stop calling your boss that, because there's no way he wants to carry that nickname around anymore. I'm telling you. So this is it. The golden girl there, Jake Paul, Jake the Snake, he should try and fight somebody in who's the number 15 contender in his weight class and see what happens. That's my prediction. Joe, what do you think will happen? You know, this guy's a bum. He throws a right like it's coming from Toledo.
We did discuss this yesterday, and we both don't think it'll happen.
No.
There's no reason.
Are you talking about Iron Mike changing his nickname, or are you talking about Jake Paul?
Jake Paul fighting an actual contender.
Because Iron Mike didn't give himself that nickname. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
But Jake Paul's got the business plan, and
it's a template.
Part of that plan is not to fight actual fighters that could knock the snot out of him.
Right.
That would ruin the whole brand of what he's doing. And there's no need. He's making money hand over fist doing what he's doing.
Yeah, and people are watching.
That's right. He could pretty much fight anybody right now, another YouTuber, and he makes tons of money on it. Okay, let's wrap up with Dr. Hockey. Mr. Vinny wants to talk some Jets.
So the Winnipeg Jets, they lost against Florida. That was the big test. As far as I'm concerned, Florida is the best team in hockey. The Jets did not look good when they played Florida. They looked like the old typical Jets, last year, which they weren't very good. They were out the first round. That's what they looked like. They didn't look like the top Jets, fastest hockey team. They looked terrible. So we'll give it one last chance. They're playing on Tuesday against Florida. If they lose against Florida, then the Jets are back to the old drawing board. They'll be the same team as they were previous years. If they beat Florida on Tuesday, then, I say, the Jets are going somewhere. They'll be all right. That's a big test. If they lose, I will be done with the Jets.
Wow.
Dr. Hockey here. Can't think of anything else to say. Good day.
I wish I could focus on what he was saying, but all I could do is rock out to the CCR in the background.
Well, he's basically telling you the Jets are in a pretty much must-win situation in his eyes. That's what I got out of it. And then he said, if they lose tonight, where are they going to go? Well, they're going to Pittsburgh.
Right,
and that'll be on the 22nd.
But he's giving up on them. He's giving up on them if they don't win tonight.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. Makes me very happy that it's Motley Crue week with our 92.1 City spotlights, music spotlights. Motley Crue. That's going to be a banger week. Philly Joe and Kirby with you at 6:51.
Yeah, just after 8 o'clock, we've got a banger of an announcement for you, too. If you like it loud and you like your big trucks, something coming for you. We'll have a chance for you to win some tickets. So that's just after 8.
Boston Pizza text line 762-555 got this one. You can't be playing Dropkick Murphys at 6:18 in the morning. All I want to do is crack a Guinness and party now. Yeah, it's a good opening hour of music here. We did have Dropkick Murphys. We apologize.
It was nice and early when they played, and I'm not going to lie, I also felt the urge to just, rage a bit.
There you go.
You know what? I had no urge to rage. I had an urge to find out what time the pubs open in town. It was like, bangers and mash first thing in the morning.
Also got some answers on that bone phone call about the truck and the ditch. Someone says the guy's talking about a truck that flipped over in the ditch while dumping its load.
And then I want to thank Simon for sending us a couple of pics of the side dump truck and how they look. It's a really different look. And I guess the balance was off and boom. Yeah.
My buddy Brent sent me a photo as well. So thank you. The bone phone, we say it all the time, but the text line. The bone phone asks a lot of questions, and then I feel like the text line winds up answering them all the time.
Yeah.
And I love seeing people's pictures because we were talking about Tudat, And there was some other people that had sent in, photos of what they were up to on Sunday.
If you're new to the show, Joe came up with this. It's gone viral 2 days ago, Tuesday. He came up with it about a month ago.
The number 2, DAT, is the hashtag.
Where we want to know what you were up to on Sunday. Hashtag 2 days ago, Tuesday. And we always get a lot of photos. We don't want bomber photos today. That should go without saying. But today's a bit of a...
It's too soon.
Right. It's a bit of a special...
Yeah.
2 days ago, Tuesday, non-bomber, because we don't want to think about it anymore.
I don't want to cancel it, and I thought about that. It was pretty abrupt. And then I said, no, there's a caveat. If it's not bomber-related, that works. And then Kirby, of course, found the other loophole and said, how about a selfie of me?
Like, I don't understand still why that's not acceptable, but that's okay.
That's everyday Kirby. That can be another viral sensation.
You're not doing anything.
I am. I'm working the camera.
No. Listen. You come up with your own hashtag. It's not a hobby. This hot dog guy goes.
We need to have a hobby in order to post on Tudat.
Why not? There's got to be some.
My hobby is taking selfies.
We know.
On Sundays.
We know.
But
Sundays
every day. Hold on. Did you post one already from the bathroom here at work?
No, I didn't.
Hot dog guy goes and gets a puppy for his daughter. He posts.
Yeah,
that's
he wins Tudat. I mean,
that's Tudat.
Like, nothing's going to top that cuteness.
Hunting. We had a few pictures of people hunting. That's Tudat.
Yes.
There's no one posting a picture of just themselves before they prepare to go watch the Grey Cup. That's not doing something.
Joe.
Good clarification.
I am just trying to thrive, okay?
No,
you are dampering it.
You can thrive all day if you want, but you're not putting that up for Tudat. It's my day. That's where I'm trying to thrive.
Okay.
Yes, Joe.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
So is it overnight tonight, Joe, that the snow is going to start, or is it earlier than that?
Well, if you're talking about the city, it looks like just because the temperature is staying near +3, they're calling for some wet snow that could start later this afternoon. But by tonight, when the temperatures drop, we're supposed to get about 2 centimeters overnight here, when that rain will change to snow, and then that'll continue into tomorrow for probably another 2 to 5. But we're going to be pretty windy. North wind today and tomorrow, so this is a Texas low, baby.
A Texas low.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the Texas reference.
This is a new one, apparently, coming from the Panhandle in Texas.
So you're saying we've never had a Texas low
that
before.
I can remember, but that's
I've heard
what they're
of,
saying.
you said yesterday, like the Alberta Clipper.
Colorado low.
Yes, but I've never heard the Texas reference.
And I guess with some of the weather pattern changes we're getting them from different areas. But it looks like west of the city. So you're talking like Brandon, Riding Mountain, those areas, maybe all the way up to Flin Flon. They're calling for a lot more snow than we are in the city. But weather changes, the road conditions and that kind of stuff by tomorrow. Who knows if it'll just stay as wet snow and melt away, or how much we're going to get. But we're going to get at least a couple centimeters in the city. I'm not one of those guys that likes to get too dramatic with the weather because things change, but I'm just kind of giving you a heads up on what to expect anyway.
You're pragmatic when it comes to the weather.
Okay.
I'm going to give you that one,
what
Joe.
What does that mean?
Joe doesn't get too excited about the weather. Like I tend to...
Some people just get a little dramatic with, oh, my God, we're going to get rain and snow.
Well, that's me.
I didn't want to say anything, but.
Yeah.
Here we go. Pragmatic. I nailed it. Dealing with things sensibly and realistically in a way that is based on practical rather than theoretical considerations.
That's Joe to a T.
Pragmatic. And look at the example they use. Okay, this is so perfect. A pragmatic approach to business ethics. The guy is like...
Joe is all about business ethics.
Wow.
You exude the ethics of business.
We're not even on LinkedIn together, okay?
Like,
you got to put that on your LinkedIn profile. You got to put that. I exude.
That's a flex.
I swear to God, I was out the other day. You guys I forgot to tell you guys this, but I'm having lunch with somebody, and you know how when we're out at events, we'll always post some pictures of these events. It highlights, let's say, a charity or the function, right? And this gentleman says to me, listen, if you could put some pictures up, and I thought he was breaking my balls. He goes, on your LinkedIn account. I think it would really help. And I realized about 5 minutes later in the conversation.
He wasn't joking?
No, he was dead serious. And I'm going, okay.
Can you put photos up at your
Oh,
LinkedIn?
the last time I was on LinkedIn, I
Yeah.
was shocked at there's actually
More people are
that
using it.
interact on there.
Yeah. There's a lot of business people that are using it. And it's funny because it's Entrepreneurship Day today by chance. But weather-wise, it's just, listen, we live in Manitoba. You kind of know what's coming. And sometimes it's going to be worse than other times, but I don't want to give you the worst case scenario when we're not there yet. And parts of Manitoba are going to get hit hard today.
I like snow this time of year, so I tend to get a little excited. Then you're always like, well, you don't think it'll stick. Do you not? What's your sense? Should have hit? We should have made this a Joe's Weatherny segment. But do you think this is going to stay? It sounds like there's a good possibility it won't in the city.
Yeah. No, I think you're just going to get that usual first sprinkling of snow we get, and it's going to be that, and then it's going to kind of melt away. But there's more expected on the weekend, right? Maybe that would probably stick. Temperatures are dropping. Forget the plus temperatures now. We're kind of into what November is going to feel like, right? Into December. So
We've had it good so far, so
Sure
I mean,
Yeah,
even I understand that the time has come.
Okay, I'm going to send this to you. I want it on your LinkedIn. A pragmatic approach to business ethics. Joe Aiello. Put
And
it
then
up.
maybe like a small little write-up about it.
I've never used the word in my life.
I don't think he needs a write-up with
Well,
that.
that's kind of the LinkedIn way, isn't it? You
he's
post
already got
something
a
and then
write-up.
you're like, okay,
Well, he's already got a bio and all that. This is just like a underneath the bio.
Kirby,
I want a life lesson.
I don't do life
being
lessons.
pragmatic.
That's your
yours.
deal.
That's yours
I'm
on
not
Instagram.
stepping on your toes.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
I'm registered dietitian Abby Sharp, and on my new podcast, Bite Back with Abby Sharp, I'll be dismantling the multi-billion-dollar diet industry that keeps us in a cycle of self-loathing and food fear. Join me every Tuesday for expert interviews, engaging conversations, and my signature science and sass to bust myths, correct misinformation, and help you break free from diet culture for good. Listen for free on the Seeker app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Got your new vehicle, Kirby. Hey, aren't you looking sharp in the new vehicle?
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm very proud of you. You would not put up with the roadside assistance expiring on your vehicle, so you went and you got yourself a new one with proper roadside assistance. That's our girl, Kirby.
Well, that's what a lot of people do when they run out of roadside assistance is just go buy another new vehicle.
Oh yeah,
Great calling.
Are you kidding? You've made the maybe the internet, maybe the worldwide, the worldwide Toyota list. This story is going to come up at all their sales seminars from now on. Sometimes a sale will just fall on your lap. Like this story out of Winnipeg, Canada, where this woman came in and said because her roadside assistance ran out and she needed new tires, she came in to buy a brand new vehicle and she leased it. And here's the best part. She's getting another free 6 months of roadside assistance, but everybody gets that.
We always, there's targeted advertising and sales.
Yeah.
It would be funny if all of a sudden a bunch of commercials started popping up. Is your roadside assistance run out? It's time for a new vehicle.
That's it. That's what they should be doing.
Oh, my
and listen,
God.
not only are we celebrating that today, we're celebrating the 100th episode of the PJK podcast today.
That's right, you guys. That's a big deal.
And I love looking around the globe where people are actually listening in from.
Yeah.
So some of the spots here in Canada, we've had them from coast to coast, believe it or not, as far north as Dawson Creek, British Columbia.
Wow.
And it's funny because the first time I'd ever heard about Dawson Creek, British Columbia was when I was doing some local wrestling show and they were transplanting it in other parts of Canada. Dawson Creek was one of these spots. And we said, hey, we got to go to Dawson Creek one day. And then you find out how remote Dawson Creek is in BC. Like it's in a beautiful part of the
My
world,
mom
of course.
lived there when she was growing up.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
How about this? Getting a lot of love and support from the good people in Moosomin, Saskatchewan.
Wow, we put that place on a map when we went to the restaurant. Come on.
did.
Good morning, Moosomin.
Now, how about in the States? You expect places like Grand Forks and that, and we thank you for your patronage, of course. L.A., Atlanta, North Carolina, just to name a few. And then you want to talk internationally? They're talking about your vehicle in some parts of these as well. Australia, Belize, Hong Kong, Singapore, and even Warsaw, Poland right now.
You're telling me Down Under is listening to us.
Yep.
That
And
doesn't surprise me.
one show that did big was Mike Ritta when he was with us, the comedian.
Oh,
Right.
Mike Rita. Yeah, that was great. I gotta say, thanks to Angus for putting these numbers together. He helps us produce the podcast. But the Warsaw thing, I mean, I can't even walk the streets in Warsaw anymore now with the PJK podcast.
How many times have you had to cancel your next appearance in Poland? More than once.
I can't get.
We can't even get you down Warsaw Avenue in Winnipeg here in Fort Rouge. Never mind Poland.
Oh, that's the only Warsaw I know.
So, yes, it's been fabulous, the PJK podcast, the PJK Extra. We appreciate everybody who downloads it. Keep it up. More surprises coming for the next 100 episodes of the podcast.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Two Dad Tuesday. Hashtag the number 2 DAT. Let us know what you did on Sunday, as long as it doesn't involve the Bomber game, because Lord knows we don't want to think about that. We're getting lots of text messages on the Boston Pizza text line. People buying dogs for their daughters. Hot dog guy, what a wonderful idea that was. We got hunting going on.
Mm-hmm. Someone doing a little gardening still.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting.
Really?
I got rid of the last of the leaves. It wasn't Sunday. It was...
You did, eh, after all?
Oh, I got rid of them. Oh, man. Yeah.
Well, the city didn't do the last pickup. A lot of people were wondering about, right? And they had canceled the last leaf pickup. So everybody's like finding places to dump their bags of leaves.
In the street.
Just put them back on the street.
On
Let
your
them clog up the
neighbors.
sewers.
Take it. What, on the neighbors? Is that
Yeah,
what you said?
let them deal with it.
No, I was thinking more like illegally dump it on the perimeter, not on my neighbors. Here, neighbor, deal with this.
Sorry, it accidentally flew out of the back of my vehicle into the ditch. I don't know what happened.
Do not do that, because you do see people like couches in the ditches.
Oh
on
my
the
God. Anytime I'm
highway.
behind somebody with an insecure load, I'm always like, oh my God.
Well, I don't think if I see a couch in the ditch, I don't. Maybe it flew out, but I'm thinking more along the lines of they illegally dumped it in the ditch rather than take it somewhere. But anyway, hey, I wanted to tell you guys that Absolution, and I don't know if we've been talking about this. This is the new Liam Neeson movie, and it got released November 1st, eh?
That was on the big screen.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a limited release or not. I haven't gone.
Didn't you have the date circled on the calendar,
did,
Joe?
but I
Because
couldn't
you're
make
like
it.
his biggest fan.
I couldn't make it.
$3.3 million at the box office so far. That's got to be considered underwhelming. But 52% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, it could be worse.
There's a Christmas pageant movie that's on right now that was third at the box office this week that was filmed here in Winnipeg that's getting a lot of local traction.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to go see Absolution before I go see that one. The Christmas movie, that's right up the Aubrey family alley. That's your wife. Your
Aubrey
wife.
family, that's my wife.
Your wife.
I'll watch a couple closer to Christmas.
Yeah, but no, I'm not going to the
full
theater
force.
for that. No,
Yeah.
but you know what, though? I do like watching the movies with the Winnipeg references, like where you get to see things. But Absolution's higher on my list right now.
I just watched a movie that was shot here in Winnipeg as well, specifically Selkirk. It's on Netflix. It's like a horror movie. It's a throwback to the early 2000s. It was very corny, but very cool to watch if you're a Winnipegger.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Winnipeg references are nice, right? You love that. Would you say, Kirby?
Yeah.
You will watch any old movie if it's got a Winnipeg reference in it.
Just to,
Like
just
the
to,
scenery.
to point out the areas that you recognize, and
Hence that her favorite Liam Neeson movie is Ice Road Truckers, and it's the only one I've never
I
finished.
defend that movie.
I know.
Because you guys say it's not very good, but I think it was great.
I
not
only
just
saw
us.
the first 7 minutes of it before I shut it off.
The critics say it's bad, too.
I really thought it was like gripping.
Yeah.
I don't believe you thought it
I
was
do.
gripping.
I swear.
I don't.
Okay, honestly, maybe it's because I don't watch a lot of action movies that I thought that specific movie was just action packed.
And T
Well, they all
and
are.
T2 Terminator got 3 out of 7
know.
on a
well,
review.
that's
or
not
3 out
the
of
kind
10.
of action I was craving. Okay, the robots and all that kind of stuff.
Listen, I'm a big Liam Neeson fan, okay? But I'm going to tell you something. When they recorded that movie and I watched the first 7 minutes and it's him going to take on a big load and he finds his brother to go with him or something and they have to cross customs, It just was too far-fetched.
What's scarier than traveling on ice roads?
With your brother.
Yeah. Well, he was picking them up in North Dakota first, okay? They weren't even on the ice roads before I shut it off.
You know what? You missed the twist, and there's quite the twist in that movie, okay?
I'll have to go back.
Gripping.
Mm-hmm. Gripping. All right. Well, usually when this comes up, because it's been an argument before, people will side with Joe that it wasn't very good.
Hey, you know what? Listen, Ron is saying here it wasn't that bad, and I'm going to go back and have to watch it. But okay, he said the local references and stuff make it doable. I'll give it another shot, but I'm not buying for a minute that was one of Kirby's top movies in the action genre.
It was gripping, Joe.
Gripping, huh?
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Yeah, I just noticed there's not a lot of Christmas decorating going on in the office these days, or holiday decorating here at our new digs.
I know, we're getting to know some of the new people around here, but
can you look into that?
I'm gonna introduce you to some of the building people here and see if you can get on the Christmas committee.
I was gonna say, why don't you guys start your own little decorating committee, you and Joe?
No,
I don't want to go that far.
I don't need to be on any committees. But Phil was asking about decorations, and I think that's a fair question. But I'm going to introduce you to the people that would be able to let you know.
Yeah, because you seem to know more people here at the new new building.
He says hi to everybody.
Yeah, I love it.
You don't even get high backs sometimes.
Sometimes you don't, but I just continue on.
It'd be Barb, the cleaning lady's here every morning. I could ask her.
Just had a nice conversation.
I'm sure she knows about what's going on with the decorating.
She would.
Yes, she would. Because who's going to help clean up some of that tinsel when it falls and that kind of stuff? It'll be on Barb, so she'll know. And you know what?
It's true. You do need to clean up after you set up because there's always sparkles everywhere.
It started with, "Hey, Barb, good morning. How are you?" Wet. And I said, "Okay." Yep.
Wow.
And we were talking about the weather, and she said
raining.
it's going to be pretty tricky tomorrow morning, she figures. That was our conversation today.
Just Joe is the guy that you want in every office.
Oh yeah, he spends like a lot of time in the hallway, like in between songs and stuff. You're usually chatting with someone in the hall.
When you don't really work for a living, it's pretty easy to hang out in the hallway, just talk to people. But I will find out for you about your Christmas.
Well, at very least,
holiday decorations.
At very least, this studio. I mean, it feels pretty non-holiday right now, and it's still.
Do you have your tree up at home?
Change the colors. You can change the colors in here. You want red for Christmas or green?
I want some decorations.
We got the LED lights for a reason.
No, I'm not talking about lighting. I'm talking about lighting's important too.
You want some what? Yeah,
tinsel?
like garland?
Garland?
I don't know what all that stuff's called, but like
oh my lord,
the stuff that trims.
He just wants some decorations
around, like say around the door frame. What would that be called?
Like
garland.
Garnish.
Garland or
garnish.
Garnish.
On your
That's
plate.
for a food.
On your door. I don't know.
We're not garnishing the room.
Can we just call your wife to bring some extra stuff from home?
She did it at our house.
I know.
Her and the kids did a marvelous job. Our house looks amazing.
Oh, so you were directing.
Lying on the couch telling them it looks awesome
Consulting.
in here. That's right. But I'll consult around here too. I don't care about the rest of the building, but I would like this studio done up a little bit.
And for those people on the text line that are saying, it's not even December, why are we talking about decorations? The city of Winnipeg just had the Santa Claus parade over the weekend, and off air, Joe and I were both just saying downtown looks so good right now with all the lights and stuff. So we waited until after Remembrance Day.
Yeah. Well,
you know what the deal is, though? You got Black Friday coming up next week, which has become a thing here in Canada too, even though American Thanksgiving kind of still takes over, right? But
so is your house decorated at all yet, Joe?
Yeah, I came home. Christy was working on the stairwell and the Christmas lights. I gave her a hand outside with that. We just do it on the trees now because I'm not climbing up on the roof at this point in my life. But then I came home a day later, and the tree was going up with the Christmas tunes on in the house. So I just went about my business. Sure, it's nice.
Some people on the text line, like you said, Kirby, are saying, it's not even December yet. What are we talking about this for already? You know what? That's an interesting conversation. I'm sure some people don't touch decorating their house or office. I think a lot of offices already have the decorations up.
Not this one.
Not this one
That's
yet.
how the conversation started. Aubrey.
We'll clearly get something done about it.
I'll bring something in.
What are you going to do? What do you want to do? You want me to go talk to these people? What are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
Well, you
Nothing.
just
I didn't
said
get
we.
it. You guys are the ones who want the decorations.
No, but you just said we are going to do something. I'm just trying to figure out what part of this you want.
Well, I mean, I have some extra decorations.
Oh,
That
you're
would
going
be
to bring
nice.
stuff.
Yeah,
I can bring
some stuff in.
I have no idea what's left. I got to be honest.
Look around. I bet you have something.
I'll just grab some of the stuff that's already set up.
I have some lights, but Joe, if you could just untangle them, that would be nice.
Oh,
no
that's
lights.
the tricky.
I don't think we need lights. We have lighting in here. It's decorations.
They're Christmas lights, though.
Yeah, but we discussed that. We have lighting in
You
here.
never have enough lights.
Yeah, I think you're out of this.
You know
Kirby.
what?
That's all you can bring is lights.
You've been eliminated from the commission.
That was quick.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Here we go. Jets tickets on the line this morning for the Jets and Panthers. Tonight's game. This is going to be a gooder. I'm calling it right now. It already started to get a little chippy at the end of the Panthers' 5-0 win over the Jets the other night. So I think this will be a doozy tonight. Joe's got the question.
Celebrating the 20th anniversary of Canada Life Centre, too. That'll be fun to see some nostalgic moments up on the new score clock. 1/3 of adults say they regularly do this at home in the nude. A third of the people that took this survey said they regularly do this at home in the nude.
780 City, 780, 2484. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, you got a
Is
guess?
it, talk on the phone?
That is number 3. Not too many people talking as much as texting nowadays, I guess.
Yeah, the only time I talk on the phone is when I'm naked.
Mm-hmm. Really?
No.
Oh, I thought you were just... I didn't think that was true, but what the hell? Hi, City.
Good morning. I'm going to go with Philly today.
Phil, what do you think?
Nude. Do this nude.
What do you do, Nude?
Well, that's what I'm... Let's go off the board a little bit. Number 2, because sometimes you're doing that before you're jumping in the shower.
No.
Right?
Yeah. No, but it's not bathroom.
Okay.
Not in the toilet. No, nothing.
Sorry about that.
Well, that's a guess.
I like to take all your clothes off just before.
Well, if you're getting in the shower.
If you're getting in the shower. That makes sense,
Yeah.
yes.
Then it make that, and I think a lot of people combine those two things. Good morning, City.
Hey, can I go with Kirby?
Kirby.
I'm going to go cook.
That is number, hold on here, 4.
Okay. it's
Cooking in the
dangerous,
nude.
but
Well, if you're frying something, yeah, but most people have air fryers now. So,
Yeah, I don't
sizzling bacon,
know. Yeah, and got a big pot of oil on the stove. That's dangerous.
that's healthy too. Oh, kids. Oh, let me put some clothes on. Just cooking.
Hi, City.
An apron.
Hi.
Hi.
Is it weigh yourself?
No, that's a good answer.
Very
I
good.
think more than 1/3 would probably say they would do that, though.
780 City, 780 2484. Hello.
Hey, I'll take Philly.
1/3 of us do this in the nude.
Yep.
Sleep.
Hello.
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah. Well, you'd think the number would be higher, but no. I guess enough people are putting something on at some level, whether it's underwear, a top, maybe just bottoms. But 1/3 of people say they regularly will sleep in the nude. Other things that came up were sun tanning at home, like in their yard, and swimming and hot tubbing in the nude.
That makes
a little
sense.
tougher depending on what your
neighbor's
visibility view is.
But that number's
and on the phone.
That number's probably gone down since I pointed out how awkward it is to fight off home invaders nude.
That's very true.
That's why.
I'm sure that number decreased. Even the caller,
It was probably 2/3 until that conversation.
Yeah.
Because that's why I don't do it. I don't need to naked fight. Who's this?
This is Ray.
Unless you have the fight before you go to have a number 2 before you go into the shower. And then it's okay. Then it's okay.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
It is time to give away $200 from Shoppers Drug Mart and GC. Just in time for the holiday season, man. You could get a few gifts with $200 at Shoppers. All you got to do is guess the price of these 3 items at PJK. We're going to throw in our basket. We like doing this. We like going shopping together with a basket and throwing items in there. The total combined price has to be non-sale prices and before taxes.
I love it. My favorite contest.
Joe loves it.
Yeah, it is fun. I'll say that. Yeah, we get a little peek into our lives and what we would normally buy at Shoppers. I'll start today with the beard designer, the Conair beard designer. This is the first trimmer with 3 double sharpened rotating blades for a clean, clear cut. The patented cutting head shape allows for the care of short to mid-length beards using multi-directional movements.
I think it's your rite of passage at some point in your life to own some form of Conair product
Yes.
that has to do with your hair or facial hair.
You better believe it.
That's a rite of passage, I believe.
You should see this thing. It looks like something like a weapon that you would use to fight off an intruder. Like, it's a badass looking beard designer.
It has lots of attachments.
I don't know about the attachments. It just looks really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Conair, so good they named the movie.
Go ahead, Curbs.
Well, with the holidays around the corner, I would love this kind of advent calendar. It's the 25 days of beauty surprises advent calendar.
Good.
Surprise.
So they've got you open up a day for each month of December and you get like a little travel size sample of different name brand products.
Right.
Which is amazing.
Cool.
Not chocolates, not candies.
No.
This is beauty products.
Yes.
Well,
that's the 25 Days of Beauty Surprises Advent Calendar. Joe, what do you got?
Well, I was thinking along the same lines because they have all kinds of great gift packages there. So I was thinking I'll buy for somebody else here the Lancome Renergie HPN Cream and Advanced. I don't know what the advanced is, but it said it in the description. And then the best part, in brackets, gift with purchase. What a nice little bonus.
Ooh, I love a gift with purchase.
Yeah, isn't that nice? The Lancome Renergie HPN Cream and Advanced plus gift with purchase.
Well, now we're talking.
By the way, Kirby, underneath my eyes, I don't it looks like it could use some refreshing. You're the makeup expert.
Oh my God, Phil.
Well, it's looking a little old under there. It's just, I was looking in the mirror the other day and...
Are you asking me for beauty
Look at how
advice?
happy she is.
I am so excited. This is I've been waiting my whole life for you to reach out.
Well, what kind of product would help below the eyes?
Well, you're going to need something with probably retinol in it and a little bit of a vitamin C, cream to give you a little bit of a wake up.
Is this an excuse to talk to the girl at the makeup counter that says hi every time you walk in there?
She will help you out.
I'll ask her. Well, next time she says hello.
I think if you got your lips done, it would really bring out your eyes.
More of a pouty look?
Yeah, I think you need to get the injections in
We're
your lips.
We're not going the injection route just yet.
I don't think that would suit me.
For more Philly, Joe, and Kirby, lock it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.